Yeah.
Microphone's working.
No.
Microphone's working.
Yeah. Good. Testing. Thank you. Welcome everyone to the October Semi-Town Council Planning Committee meeting. Okay, item 1, apologies for absence received.
We received apologies for Mr Amaru, Councillor Pennington and Councillor Paul Carter the Mayor.
Okay. Item 2, declarations of interest. To receive any declaration of disposable pecuniary interest from members in respect of business to be transacted on this agenda. Okay. Item 3, minutes of the Planning Committee. To approve the minutes of the Planning Committee held on Monday the 16th of September 2024 and to consider any matters arising from those minutes not covered elsewhere on this agenda. Attachment 1.
Sorry, would it help if I updated first and then if that answers any questions?
I'm sure it will.
So I've spoken to and contacted DDC with an official request for a meeting. They have initially said yes to that we're just organising now who the best people from Dover District Council Planning Department would be. And they have suggested that the meeting be held with just the chair of the planning committee and then the clerk or myself in place of the clerk. And I just wanted to ask if members, if that was how you envisioned the meeting, or was it that you'd hoped that all members would be involved?
No, I prefer the whole committee
Okay.
to be invited.
Yeah. What councillors everyone in the whole committee?
Planning committee,
Whole
because we all have different
views, don't we?
views and concerns.
Yeah.
So I've got a slightly different perspective. I wouldn't want to overburden the resource input from DDC, but one aspect that I think is important is the heritage officer and their role, because coming up we've got another application here that's a resubmission, and it'd be interesting to sort of get their perspective on what they use to determine whether something should or shouldn't be allowed. So, sorry, it's a slightly different view to yours, but we're entitled to have different views.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's an officer. Yeah.
I did request, you talked over the elements that you wanted to discuss, in particular one application that you had concerns over, but actually overall there were other concerns in general, in particular planning and conservation, flat roofs.
Yeah.
So all of those were, I expressed all of those. And then she's going to get back to me shortly, and the hope is that it will be around the next meeting.
Ultimately, they should be taking the advice from the officers, shouldn't they, in terms of leading their decision making. So I think they're integral or key to any engagement with DDC.
So going forward though, you would like me to try and arrange a meeting with all members of the planning committee, or you're happy with a representative?
That's my preference, but I'm happy to take a vote on it.
You're proposing that, do you have a second of that? Yeah, all in favour that we have all the councillors from the planning committee?
Well, invited, not necessarily attended.
And officers as well. Key officers.
Yes.
Key officers. Yeah.
So is that
Yeah, I think we're in favour of that.
Not non-voting, so they just attend or vote.
Well, it's not going to be a vote, we're just going to ask for their information, aren't they?
Yeah.
Instructions.
Just
So the quorum stays the same in every.
Oh, yeah, not going to be voting on what they do. We're just going to ask them questions, they give us their answers.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we think we're right, and then they suddenly change what we wanted, don't they?
Oh, yes.
It's not in the planning guidelines. Or sometimes it don't get called in by the councillors, as the officers decide. You think, well, that's gone through, and you think, oh, it's gone straight through on the officer's recommendation, which can be quite scary at times.
Yes.
Okay, so I think all in favour.
Okay, so moving forward then, the whole planning committee is invited, and obviously we'll discuss with the
Would that be an open meeting or is
No.
it's just an informal?
Informal meeting
closed
between the
meeting?
planning committee, councillor members and.
Okay, it could be a pre-meeting, hopefully, couldn't it?
I suppose informal.
Yes. Yeah, there's no decision making.
Question and answer session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
Okay.
And then, oh, sorry,
No, you-
and then moving on from that, I did request information about the tree storage, not trees, but the
Yeah,
logs.
logs,
If you're, I put all those questions forward, I haven't yet had a response, I did try and chase up today, but I'll keep on that, I'll do that tomorrow as well.
Okay.
And then I called in also what you requested, I can't remember, it was a withdrawn application, that you had felt that work had actually already begun or was happening, and so I have emailed that through as well. I think those were all the main actions from the last meeting.
Okay.
And then, yeah. Any question?
Yeah, so you're happy with the minutes of the previous meeting?
Yep.
Yeah.
To vote on the.
Happy to second it.
Thank you.
Item 4, public participation. A 20-minute session is set aside for members of the public to make representations at the meeting in respect of the business on the agenda. Individual representations should not exceed 5 minutes. Written notice of the desire to exercise the right to speak, together with the topic to be addressed, must be given to the town clerk at least 4 hours in advance of the meeting.
So yes, so I forgot that was an action, I have updated that section of the agenda, and no, I didn't receive any requests.
Okay, thank you. Item 5.
Did you want to?
Yeah, I was just going to, I didn't even notice there's 4 applications at the end, I, J, K and L. 2 of them are Woodensburg, 2 of them are Eastfield. I don't think we need to discuss those, should we?
They're not.
They're not adjacent to our immediate parish.
I did raise that issue before the meeting with the town clerk, and the advice given was because it's a CT13 postcode, it does fall within our, and I have
Yeah,
the
we've never
same
done it before.
concern.
We don't want to start a historical precedent discussing all issue planning or.
So East Street, Woodensville got their own parish council.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying, we don't want to start a precedent, do we?
No.
It may.
There's no other
Fresh.
Treading on their
And
toes.
they've already commented on,
I think it was grass.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, all in favour that we don't discuss those 4 items?
Discussing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, we've got more than them.
Yeah. We got the best planning committee. Okay, thank you. Item 5, planning application. Application, plans and papers can be viewed via the Dover District Council website. A, planning application, reference number 24/00990, proposal erection of a building for use as storage at the location Pembroke Works, Ramsgate Road, South, CT30 9ST. That's the Stevens and Carlotti site, is it right down there to the left? So, I'll propose that.
Yeah, and I'll second.
Okay, all in favour of that one?
Yeah.
Then we'll support that one. Thank you. Yeah, item B, planning application reference number 24/00948, proposal replacement staircase, replace 3 number casement windows and 1 number French door to rear elevation, removal internal partitions, location 56 to 58 High Street, Sam, CT30 9EQ.
Couple of houses there, they're next to the St Paul Arms, Jeff.
Oh, yes.
2 houses next to the St Paul Arms, and I think they've been quite a dilapidated state.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to bring them back.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work on them, aren't
now.
they? Yeah. And the French doors to the rear elevation.
Yeah, no issues.
Yeah, I think it's nice to get the work spent on them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Happy to propose accepting or supporting.
Yes, all in favour? Yeah. C, planning application reference number 24/00995, proposal erection of a single storey front and rear extension, existing conservatory demolished, location 62 Labona Avenue, service CT30 0AU.
Yeah, I've looked, yeah.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah, I recommend
So we'd like to second.
all in favour of that?
supporting.
Yeah. Straightforward, really. Yeah. D, planning application reference 24/00997, proposal, part demolition of low bearing wall to enlarge existing door only to ground floor, location 49 New Street, CT13 9BB. I think that's one of those, that's already been, had a lot of work done on it.
Yeah, so this one came to this council previously and we did support the application 12th of June 24, but DDC have rejected it on the basis that it was removing part of the historic fabric of the building. And what we've got now, from what I can see, is a very similar application, just with less of a gap, moving it down from 2,250 centimetres to 1,790. And I just wondered whether we could either support it again,
Yeah,
but that would be in light of knowing that DDC didn't accept it, or we could just reserve any judgment ourselves to leave it to DDC to
yeah.
be satisfied that the changes are sufficient.
Well, I think we supported it before, so.
We did.
I think we should support it again, if it can make it slightly smaller. But, that's up to you, whether you want to no comment it or. I'd like to propose
I'm happy to support it.
I'd like to support it. Yeah. We'll, no vote in support? Yeah, I think that's fine. E, planning application reference number 24/00897, proposal, prior approval of the change of use from commercial class E to dwelling house C3 with internal alteration. Location, first floor, centre of Mission Town, City 139AB. We've done a lot of work on that block, haven't we? That's well.
I mean, this is only the first floor, so the, from memory, the new policy in the plan, local plan talks about ground floor,
Yeah.
where we can refuse to convert commercial to, or retail to residential. So I would be okay with this.
I think you've got a pet shop opening there now, I think, haven't they?
No, it's Mango.
Mango.
Yes, Mango. So
It's Mango.
there's
House,
Fred.
No, it's called, yeah.
And Fred Peckham.
That's still the same.
Yes, so the same owner,
Yeah.
two shops,
Two shops.
and it's above
Yeah.
on
A few boxing clubs have loads of different things.
Yeah. It's just Mango House, they've got 2 or 3 outlets on the ground floor all working at the moment, so, it's the corner of Austin's Lane, isn't it?
New brickwork on the front, haven't they?
They've done a good job on
Done a
it.
good job there.
Yeah.
Smart.
You proposing it, Councillor Wells?
Well, unless anyone else has comments.
I do have some reservations in the sense of the very strong views we've had about not changing commercial premises within the footprint of the centre of the town, that we should
It's first
possibly
floor.
stick to that as our approach.
Yeah.
It's offices, and I know it's first floor, but
Yeah.
the first floor, the ground floor is a DDC direction, isn't it, rather than a
Yeah.
town council
Yeah, sure.
direction, so
There's a counter argument that bringing more people to live in the town centre is good.
Yeah.
I don't know what use they would make of it upstairs as a commercial.
No. Used to be a wine in for years ago, didn't it?
It's
What
offices.
donkeys used to have.
Offices.
Yeah.
Used to have lots on the front, didn't it? So it's office design.
The local plan only refers to
The ground
the
floor.
ground floor is a primary, I think it's within the primary shopping area.
It's only small as well, isn't it? Not big.
I mean, we can just take
I think we should propose it.
I'll propose that we,
Yeah, I'll second it. I'll second it. Vote in favour. Councillor Marisa. You in favour?
I'm abstaining because I agree with Councillor Chuku. It's just I do feel that we are losing a lot of trade, a lot of commercial businesses in the town.
You'll be keeping the retail downstairs, aren't
So that's 3-3.
You got the
Oh,
casting
you've got
vote,
the
yeah.
voice vote, so that's it.
Item F, planning application reference number 24/00953, proposal erection of 2 dwellings, existing barn structure to be demolished. I think I put self-build. Location 82 Dover Road, Sam, CT 130BY.
This is a very imaginative development and this further enhances it. It's,
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Fully support it.
You propose in that?
Seconded.
Anyone come all in favour of this? I think we are. Yeah, okay. G, planning application reference number 24/00917, proposal single story rear kitchen extension, existing lean-to addition demolished, replace side elevation, ground floor window with French doors, location 59 Strand Street, Sandwich. So, can't see it from front.
So the issue I had was it's grade 2 listed, but there's no heritage impact statement included.
No.
There's no photographs to show what's referred to as a lean-to, so it's difficult to, unless somebody's actually checked it out, it's impossible to establish the importance or otherwise of it being demolished. So I really struggle with making any judgment on what is a grade 2 listed building.
Yeah, it's a junction of Bowling Street and Strand Street, and it used to be a pub, Bricklayers Arms and Sawyer's Arms, it changed its name. I think this has come before us before, and they were doing some work on an internal wall.
Yeah.
That's remedial stuff, I think, to try and, it's right on the corner.
But you've got any people
So,
got it, no.
Screen walls.
As Councillor says, if there's not much information, then there's not much to go on, is there? On what they're doing. I mean, a lot of it's behind quite a high wall, isn't it? Going around the corner, so you can't really see into as to what it's. It looks like there's an original building and another one slightly smaller built quite adjacent to it. And one massive big garden going back to St Mary's Church.
And what it also refers to, that it's going to reuse some of the elements that they're taking down. Well, if it's a lean-to as referred to, why would they be repurposing that? I've struggled a bit with.
I looked at this a few times and couldn't make much sense of it. So I think we can object on the basis that the information is incomplete and should be resubmitted. I think the argument you can't see what's there, it doesn't really hold water, because we have to protect what's within the conservation area, especially when things are grade 1 or grade 2 listed.
I would expect to see a heritage statement on this.
Yes, exactly. Is there a heritage?
Well,
They've got another one, there's a conservation application, they've got 2 for the one property, haven't they?
And it's not included on the second application either.
No.
Mr Chair, well, I didn't mean by my remarks that it was unimportant because you couldn't see. In fact, I thought it was important that you couldn't see, because we don't know what's going on behind, and once people get permission, sometimes.
Good, I'll defer it for more information, better plans.
Yeah.
Who's who proposing that?
Yeah.
Do we have a second?
Okay. It's similar to the other one as well, as the conservation one as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Defer it to more details.
So, same proposal and second?
Yeah. So that's the planning application, isn't it? Okay, thank you.
That's it.
So it's now down to item 6, withdrawal plan application, receive and note withdrawal of planning applications.
No.
7 planning decisions, to receive and note latest decision taken by Dover District Council on new planning applications. Need any comments on this one? No, got any? Item 8, street furniture application, to receive and consider any application made to DDC in relation to a street furniture consent application under the Local Government Miscellaneous Provision Act 1982. Please note, none to consider at the time of issue of this agenda. 10, enforcement, to consider any enforcement notices and issues received from Dover District Council. Please note, none to consider at the time of issue of this agenda. Item 11, correspondence, to receive and consider correspondence related to planning matters, including notification of appeals against refusal of planning application. Attachment 2, North Ford Offshore Wind Farm. The project relevant representation period concludes 23:59 on the 18th of October 2024. Please attachment 2. Okay. 12, verbal update from our district council matter related to planning.
Only 2 things. I'm told that the meeting with the planning enforcement officer staying 57 New Street is proceeding this coming Thursday. And secondly is the issues with the tree planting for the Montague Place that I mentioned at the last council meeting. I have now gone to Abbey Homes because DDC planning enforcement are not picking this up at all. And the other one is the disputed land between
Land grab.
the land grab, which is under investigation. I was informed at the weekend that there's over 500 planning enforcement cases registered with DDC, and there are only 8 officers to deal with them. So,
Thank you. Item 13, date of next planning commission meeting, 7th November 2024. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want me to sign? You will see that when I pop in.
Okay, so you all say
Yes, we'll say. None of that is.
I think you give yourself a bit encouraging.
No.
Okay. Okay.